Hi, my name is Jace Patrick, and I am a senior at Utah Valley University, and I will be graduating this December with my bachelor's degree in communications with an emphasis in public relations. And I'm here to talk to you today about what made me choose Utah Valley University and what led me down the path to PR. I chose Utah Valley University upon leaving high school in 2008 after an orientation that came to my high school and spoke to us about what was available and what was being offered. And I decided to move to Orem at 17 after graduating early to pursue that. I originally had a bachelor's, or was pursuing a bachelor's in journalism, and after about a year of that, I decided to change my major to study public relations. And so what made me choose UVU, before I get into what made me choose public relations over journalism, was I didn't want to attend Brigham Young University, obviously because I like a beard, and I didn't want to live in Salt Lake at the time, and so I didn't want to go to the U, and UVU was just at that time developing from UVSC to UVU, and I thought that it would be exciting and fun to say that I would be part of that transition. And ever since then, it's been nothing but growth and development, and it's been very exciting to watch all these new buildings pop up, like the classroom building and the new science building and the dance hall, and it's just been exciting to do. So after I received my associates in 2010, I took about 4 years off actually, and at that time I really didn't have much intention of coming back to school, but due to different circumstances, I began to have my interests spiked again, and I decided to go to the local library, and I purchased the book by Peter Shankman, Can We Do That?, about his time with different public relation campaigns and the excitement that followed that. So after finishing that, I decided to re-enroll, and I took 2 summer classes in summer of 2015 with Professor David Morin and Professor Hank McIntyre. After those 2 experiences with Hank and Dave, it was reignited in me that this was something that I was passionate about, and it was even more because I had taken that 4 years off. I had developed as a person and was ready to approach it more seriously, and it's developed where it's a passion now, and everything's starting to become second nature. My perception of public relations before I left school recently, or when I received my associates in 2010, was that it was a spin artist, that your profession was to take bad news and make it sound less bad, and to take any negative information and make it seem less negative. And because of that, it just made me feel less passionate. But at that time, I was very understanding, if that makes sense. But taking some time off and coming back to it, I realized that it couldn't be further from the truth, because people who decide to dedicate their life to public relations, whether you're working for one company or whether you're working for a firm, is significantly different, and it's extremely rewarding. You have the opportunity to work for nonprofit organizations. You have the opportunity to work for companies that are doing good for the world. And I'm just finishing up an internship with a tequila company. So you have an extreme amount of channels that you can go down with a public relations degree, and you still get to work hand in hand with journalists, because again, that's what brought me to this specific degree. So what I would describe my education as was difficult at first, because again, I jumped into it at 17 years old. I had concurrent enrollment and was ready to be just gung-ho right after high school, and knocked out the first 2 years full-time, and I burnt out. After that, I took some time off. I dabbled in skydiving. I just spent my time kind of goofing around, and then eventually when I came back to it, it made a lot more sense. And now there's nothing more that I'd rather be doing. So my opinion of my education, I think that I've matured vastly. My greatest accomplishment since returning or since college has been, in my opinion, just graduating. I will be the first of my family to receive a bachelor's degree. I'm currently awaiting acceptance of an internship that will turn into a full-time job that will give me significant more pay, and this is something that I never thought that I would achieve, and I'm very proud to say that I did it all on my own. I paid my way through, I've paid my dues, and I've worked full-time and gone to school full-time while this semester also doing a internship and juggling all the other aspects of life with friends, family, and personal relationships. And I'm just proud to say that I've arrived at my graduation, and I can't wait to see what goes on. My recommendations to future PR students is read and become passionate and get comfortable with understanding a lot in a short amount of time about a vast amount of different things, because especially if you're going to work for a firm, you need to understand the skill of deep research quickly and then being able to change gears and go into another field and do the exact same thing over and over again. And if you're not passionate about that, if you don't love learning a lot about something new all the time, then this isn't for you. If you're interested and you want to try and gauge it, I have always and will always recommend the podcast Stuff You Should Know, because they are constantly changing topics, they're constantly researching, and they have over 900 episodes at this point, I believe. So see if it's right for you. And what's next for me, again, I'm hopefully going to receive this internship that I've applied for, and that will again hopefully turn into a job at Method Communications, where I will be working at my first PR firm as opposed to individual companies such as Vita Tequila and OC Tanner. And I'm excited to see if I get the opportunity. I'm excited to hit it full steam and see what happens, because that's what it's about when it's in the PR world. It's a fast-paced, it's high energy, and you've got to be ready to act. You've got to be ready to know that your words, your writing, and your presence has to be available, and I thrive on that. So the future for me, hopefully, is going to be with Method Communications, and if not, I'll go somewhere else and I will continue forward. But have fun, good luck, and make sure you enjoy your time at UVU.